Whew. I remember to go live this time on YouTube for once. Playing very subtle Nintendo music while it's boiling hot on this island. If you can hear a fan, I'm sorry. It's just too hot. I can't handle it. I can't live like this. Oh, God, it's so hot today. Hey, Zobra. Oh my God. It's not made. Yeah, England, people don't seem to understand. People are like, oh, it's only 86 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm like, yeah, nothing is made for heat. Air conditioning is expensive. Our power bills are terrible. Our houses hold in heat. Our clothes are made to be warm. Nothing is made for the heat. It's so hot. I want to get to the financial state in life when I'm capable of keeping the air conditioner on all day, every day. I think that's when I know I'll have made it as a person. You know what I mean? Oh, I should probably tell people I'm streaming because I haven't streamed in like 2 weeks. Can I get a happy birthday? Happy birthday for June 12th. It's like expecting an ice cube not to melt. Yeah, honestly. Happy birthday. Happy Pride Month, everyone. I need to actually talk about Pride Month at some point. I was going to make this a Pride Month stream, but then I've been busy. I'll get into it. Call that foreshadowing. I actually want to talk about a lot of really nice things today and one very bad thing. So I think I've really evened out the topics for once. Hey, cat. Hey, cat. I finally evened out the topics. I only have one bad thing to talk about, and everything else is good. Everything else is good. Everything else is great. Oh my God. What about when is Sloth Month? Sloth Month will never come. There will be no good Sloth Months in the year of 2023. What is a Sloth Month anyway? Like, what does that mean? How does that work? I just, I want people to just have a wonderful day. Oh, that's what you mean. That's what you mean. You mean when will we have sloth and then wrath? What would Wrath Month be? Like, what would Wrath Month really be about? Like, would it just be like everyone gets, I don't know, like they get like one free ticket to one of those break places where you like going and then you just like break a bunch of like TVs and things like that. Is that like what that's gonna be? Wait, why is November? Wait, 1 second. Why is November gluttony? Is that all because Americans have Thanksgiving? Americans need to remember the rest of the world does not know what Thanksgiving is. I just want to remind Americans that we don't know what Thanksgiving is. We are not in the know, if you know what I mean. Okay. Anyway. Okay, so when is the month of sloth? I am so behind. I'm so late. this time I pressed go live on YouTube. The YouTube people can no longer pretend like I've maligned them, like I've forgotten about them, like I didn't check on them. Oh, I should say, like, this has been a really weird week. I had this person on my YouTube. I think they might watch this video. I don't know. They're called like JR the Pin Snail or something like that. They're very nice. They've been very nice with their comments and stuff. But they left a comment that's got me a little bit confused, and I've been JR the Pin Witch. That's what it was. They're very nice. And this isn't like a call out post. It's just like a thought they made me think before we actually start streaming. And they brought this point. They were like, it's wild to see the same arguments from traditional artists to digital artists being used on digital art to AI art. Life comes full circle, I suppose. And it's just me going like, I don't know, buddy. I don't think that's the right take. I don't know what you guys think, but like, I can show you guys the quote. It's nothing like, but I really don't want to put them on blast. I'm going to be real careful. I mean, whatever. My point is just, I'm not even going to bother. I'm just going to tell you again. It's just, they're just basically saying like, we're using the same arguments for AI artists that we used to use for digital artists. And they don't agree. I don't think they're wrong to make their point, because I think their general point is, I think they're saying AI art is a useful supplementary tool. Because for them, if I explained further of their comment, they were like, it would be cool if there was a way to make an AI generator based on my own style. And I don't want to use the conventional AI art style. It clashes too much with my stuff, and it's too stiff for comics. So I think this person is coming from the perspective of like, I want something, an AI for me, that works with me, and then I would supplement that work. And I think when you come from that angle, it's hard to fight against. I think, not you, Jenny. There's someone called JR, not Jenny. But I don't know. When you come from the angle I think they're coming from, I think it's very charitably. I think I get it. Yeah, but it's okay to like commission work based on your work, I think. From a machine based on your work. I think that's like the dream a lot of people had. Something that writes for me, that like back in the 90s, in fairness, like it was just ways people wanted to get away from work. But I don't like the point because it's implying that AI is a legitimate form of art. Meanwhile AI is intrinsically exploitative. I see you. This isn't like our main topics. I just wanted us to have a little chat. But I see what people are saying. Oh, did I accuse Jenny? Oh, okay. Oh, Jenny existing in chat is bad for the community. Wait, did Jenny do something to Twitch chat? Oh no. Twitch chat lives in cringe. God, I need a YouTube mod. I don't have a YouTube moderator. I'm struggling. My YouTube mods are never around. They're too busy living life. Cringe. Imagine like having a life of your own and trying to experience joy without Twitch chat, more like cringe chat. Am I right? Good one right there. You got it. YouTube chat is the only real chat that matters. Okay, like we all know that YouTube is where the coolest people are. Everyone who's interesting and funny is on YouTube. I'm on YouTube. Guys, small extra additional thing. Did you know that Twitch has made it so that simulcasting is now in the terms of conditions? So this is breaking the rules. I've been simulcasting for ages. Whatever. I don't care. I will go to I'll go to Kick. No, I won't. I have morals. I would never go with a website that's like a platform or Nazi. But I will say that I'm going to go with Kick, which is the important part. So that's whatever. Wild TOS changes, man. From Zabra, it comes from the perspective of the only seeing the potential of AI as a tool. They kind of miss the effects of the technology on art as a job and how it affects the larger art zeitgeist. Good point. I think that's like a blind spot a lot of people have. I don't think it's an on-purpose blind spot. I think it's just one of, they're trying to look at this from a perspective of positive effect on their life. So, and I don't think they're crazy. So that's all. Yes, these are really good points. Like, God, my chat is too smart. I am not smart enough to handle this. Imagine touching grass. I got hay fever. Okay. I can see that we have all given up. We've all given up on pretending like we are normal. When will I start? I mean, I'm supposed to start now. I could start at any time. It's a free world. It's a free country, all right? That's why they call it the US of A, because you can suck anything. I don't know where I stole that from, but I've been using that for so long. Also, grass is not, please don't eat grass. I'm begging. Grass contains silica, which can really damage your teeth. That's a very niche reference to one person. The UK is a free country. That's why they call it the U of K, because you can. I made that joke and I sat down on it thinking, wow, I'm so smart. The kids are going to love it. They think I'm a genius right now. Everyone looks upon me and gazes upon my sheer giant brain. Then I realized how cringe that sounded. Grassologist here. God. Can we not be grassologists for 5 minutes? I'd appreciate that. Thank you. That's just what I need. I need a reduced amount of grassologists in the society, in the social nexus, if you will. Again, I haven't watched Spiderverse. It's not relevant to watching Spiderverse for me. So they call it the UK because it constantly needs to be checked up UK. God. Okay. I'm glad that we're all cringe equally and free. Sorry, I'm a little quiet as well. Our family's staying over. Got to be a little quiet. So that's why if you're wondering I'm talking in a certain tone, that's why also that means I'm not going to get really mad. It's not really worth it. Anyway, let's actually try starting the episode. Let's see, what episode are we on today? We're on episode 10, right? I think we're on episode 10. Yeah, that's episode 10. We are not K. We've never been K. Hey, hi, welcome, and welcome to the episode 10 of season 3 of the Webcomics Hubcast. I am tired, much like you. Going to a convention literally slammed the hell out of my soul, and then for 2 weeks after that, I got busy, and I've been busy with Pride Month stuff. I know this is just going to put this at the top of the thing. I'm going to put the saddest story of today's show at the top of the episode because somebody told me the reason that they would like things to end happier, because a happier notes just made it easier to leave and not feel icky, and I get it. So let's try that, okay? Let's try that. Okay, the saddest piece of news that I've got on the docket today is comics broke me. Hashtag comics broke me. Let's go. Comics broke me. Comics haven't broken me yet, but largely because no matter how much they try to shoot me in the foot, I'm pretty good at making it through and overworking myself, which is not a good place to be. But the tag, I get, but where I am, I don't think is where everyone should be. But I think the tag is very meaningful and very valuable. And it said a lot about the industry that we work in. It reminds me a lot of the industry that we were in before. Sorry, the industry of the post that showed how the payments for the industry have never changed, which is wild to me. But also, it's really sad that it has to come off of such a tragic situation. Honestly, that I don't even I roughly know of Ian McGinty, but I'll admit that I roughly know of Ian McGinty, and it sucks. It's just really sad that Ian is dead. I don't think any of the details around the end of his life are going to be stuff that we need to litigate or whatever or think about, but I do think that it's very sad that we lost a person that was just trying to be like the rest of us and make comics and then bring joy. I think that's it. Also, I should say more relevantly, we are all in this industry together, and I will touch on this in my Eisner Awards bit, but I just want to remind us, we are all, all of us are in the same space. We're all comic creators. And it doesn't matter whether you're in the amateur part of the industry or the professional part of the industry. A lot of the things that affect us and hit us really are really things that like affect and hit all of us in the same way, in similar ways. I don't know. It's a lot to think about. Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm going to leave the eulogy there because one, I don't know the dude, and two, I think it's cringe if I'm crying for someone I've never met. Anyway, I think what came from it was the hashtag comicsbrokeme thread. The hashtag which kind of floated around comics Twitter for basically the past day, pretty much, and past couple hours, and it's pretty much just been people sharing their horror stories. The horror stories of not being allowed to leave and go home because of comics, of not being allowed to, not being treated well. I'm surprised that Batgirl person didn't talk about it again, but I don't know if you guys know about it. There was this person who was working on Batgirl, and the Bat Family group had a whole meetup, and they didn't invite her, and then they expected her to keep up with all the story stuff that they'd done, and when she would ask for information, they would brush her off, and that's just a really toxic work environment. And you know, it's just, everyone talking about how toxic working in comics is. It's a place where you are highly underpaid, you are overworked, and fine, okay, maybe you can deal with those two things. You shouldn't, but maybe let's pretend you could. You are also then additionally, like, your work value is abused. You are told that you are not worth much, and that you are expendable. But they will find a way to make sure you don't even have a minute to live your life and not be stressed and be taken seriously and be treated well. And it's genuinely a horrible and depressing reality that we live in. I should also say that, like, somebody, I'm not going to talk about who said it because I don't think it matters. I'm not giving them any clout. They can go and burn in hell. But somebody made a post about how they don't like the whole comics broke me thread because they think it's a little bit icky because, one, it's basically coming off of someone's death, which I totally understand why they wouldn't like that. I would totally understand where their upset would come from in that regard. But the thing is, coming off of someone's death, and it's people talking about workplace harassment, and you know what? Workplace harassment happens everywhere. And I will regularly say it, just because the world is bad doesn't mean we shouldn't complain about bad stuff. Like, that's so stupid. That's so dumb. That's so dumb. And like, you know, fundamentally, if the world is that bad, then we should be talking about advocating for change in as many places as we possibly can. As many places as is reasonable to get change. We shouldn't be asking for change in just comics, but everywhere else. Like, we all chose to be here, but we also all want to be here because we love being here. I don't understand why, you know, it's got to be this, at least from the perspective of some people, it's got to be this thing where, like, we're doing it. I don't know what reasons they even think we're doing it for. It's so confusing. It's so confusing. The status quo sucks. The systems that we're in suck. Every environment can suck, but it doesn't mean that we shouldn't complain about it. It doesn't mean that we shouldn't discuss how it has ruined lives and changed the general trajectory of multiple people's health and life. Like, I was thinking about, it was the other day, I don't remember who posted it, but they were posting about, like, how people were talking about how they're really successful right now. How they're really successful right now. And the kids keep asking them, how did they get viral? And they just need to point out that, look, they've been making comics since 2008, 2009, and their art's only being recognized now. Like, they've really done the grind, and they've broken their back, and they've taken they've shortened their lifespan. And, like, this isn't a life that she wants for them. And like, that's just sad, man. I don't know. like, you know, I love comics. God, I love comics. But like, this is the kind of thing that makes people not want to be making comics anymore. And I hope we can change things. I really do think we can change things, but it's going to be a rough ride, kids. A lot of people refuse, like Jenny says in chat, a lot of people refuse to understand nuance. They think, well, just leave is good enough thing to say. Like, one, if leaving means I'll get into equally bad places, then there's no difference in where I am. But also, more importantly, maybe I just want things I love to not suck, right? Like, man, whatever. It's just so dumb. It's just so dumb. I think this actually bummed me out way more than I thought it would. It really like hit me in the face more than I thought it would, because I've been thinking about it pretty much since I found out, and I've just been super tired about it because it's just me thinking like, you know, this isn't good. This sucks. This is awful. And I don't know. Like, the more I talk about it, the more stressed and upset and powerless I feel is the best way to put it. Yeah. The more stressed I am about this, the more powerless I feel. And that kind of sucks. That kind of sucks. Okay. Okay, that's all I really want to say on this situation. I would actually, no, there's one last thing. Comics is this really weird place. And I remember one of my really good friends said this to me. He said, you can open a diaper factory. You can open a diaper factory and to make more money than comics makes makes more money than the entirety of the comics industry makes in a year, in a month. The biggest way to become a person with a small fortune in comics is to start off with a big fortune in comics. It's just this space of like, you know, none of us are here because we think it's profitable. We're all here because we really care about this space. We really care about this thing that we do, you know? And it just sucks that no matter how much we care about this thing that we do, the people in charge in the environment in the space does not respect us enough. Like, one of the things I've been doing to try and kind of help even that in my small way has been, I've been buying comics straight from the creators. I literally bought my copy of Everything Is Fine straight from Mike Birchall. You know, I bought my copy of, I try to contact creators. Like, if you look in your DMs and you've made something interesting, I try to contact you to pay you. And I think that's what more people should be trying to do. But also, the environments that we work in, the industries that we work for, see us as big cogs in a wheel. And like, this step of trying to give the creators direct money is only a half measure in a bigger set of things that we should be doing. And that's all I really want to say about it now. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to read some chat. Let's see what chat's saying. Companies prey on passion. Companies always prey on passion, man. I keep thinking about back in the 2010s, early 2010s, game development companies would talk a lot about how much they wanted to hire people who had autism, because a lot of people who joined game development back then who were autistic, their special interest was game development. And so they wanted to hire them because they were like, they work long hours and don't complain. Like, that is the wildest thing ever. But I remember a specific executive saying that, and he wasn't the only one that thought it. I even heard team leads say that back in the day. Like, it's wild. Like, every industry tries to prey on you. Creative industries especially prey on you and your special interests and your things that you care about, things that you love. Yeah, Kiki, because you hate me and you never show up. Kiki, I moved the entire stream to Sunday. No, it's a joke. I didn't stream last week. That's not on you. I didn't stream last week. Don't feel bad. People keep, and then Zabra was like, people keep piling straws on the camel's back and think it won't break eventually just because the camel doesn't say its back will break. Yeah, camel don't speak no English, and yet here we are, people not trying to like read the signs and expecting us to say words every time. It's wild. But at least this time we're complaining. I'm happy whenever I see comic creators complain. I feel like we're very much a group of suffering silencers, and I hate that. I hate that about comics in general. The fact that we sit and try to suffer in silence constantly is awful. I know sometimes it's because we have these incredibly restrictive contracts for some reason that we've always had. But at the same time, I understand that other times it's just because the fear of speaking out, the fear of losing connections, the fear of losing jobs. I want things to change. I hope whatever we all go forward doing in our lives will lead to bigger change for us. Okay. Let me see if anyone is saying anything else. Okay, no one. Cool. Also, I love that people are upset about that game developer thing. But like the exec who said that, much like all the execs at Google who used to like make fun of people for being for lots of really weird reasons, they're all promoted and making a bunch of money. Yeah. So whatever. I think that exec now works at like a movie studio. So they work at a movie studio now. Anyway, let me get on to the lighter notes. So guys, the reason I've not been streaming, I didn't stream last week, is because I've been playing Tears of the Kingdom. I'm going to come out and say it. All right. I've been playing Tears of the Kingdom, not on my Switch because my Switch runs it terribly, but yeah. And I'm just trying to power through that. So I promise you, I'm here to bring you all the things I missed in one show as much as possible. I hope you won't get mad at me. Let me just see what Paige wrote. I still worry about complaining too much because then the people who have even less get mad at you for being ungrateful rather than corporations for exploiting us all. We shouldn't care that those people get mad. Those people who get mad, not understanding that this is a rising tide situation, are dumb. And we can educate them if we care about them, if we know them, if they personally matter, but that should never be our job. Our job should not be to remind people that they too should fight for better. Our job should be showing that fighting for better is good by fighting for better. That's all. That's all we should ever be worried about. We should fight for better, and we will show other people that fighting for better is good, whether it's ideologically good or financially good or whatever. And we do that by doing it. If they complain, they can complain. And eventually enough of them will change their minds to see that it's a rising tide situation. And the others who won't are just twats. Oh, never. I mean, it can be very worth it. It can be worth it, but I'm very much a believer in the conversion of people with no opinions than in the conversion of people who have a preset negative opinion. I find that it's just a long-term, more valuable strategy. But that's my end. Someone's got to be talking to the weird anti-union creepers. Anyway, speaking of comics and the industry being bad, can I talk to you guys about my favorite thing about the industry? The Eisner Awards. Look, okay, I'm going to come at this from a very weird angle, but I'm going to be honest. Kids, the Eisner Awards suck, but they're really important for us. And I say that because it's really important that we get voting. We get a voting. We putting out them votes. We voting in the show. We involving ourselves. Okay? It's really important that you, mon frère, are voting as much as possible. Voting as much as possible in every Eisner Award, because then we can at least stop them from choosing the same dumb comics. It's not an American-only thing. One of the biggest names in the Eisners is a British creator. Zoe Thurgood is one of us, Cleamy. We gotta do our part. You know? So let's talk about the Eisner Awards a little bit, kids. I want to talk to you. I wanna educate you. think of me as your wise uncle in this time of need. Okay, I know that is not the gender I identify as, but work with me here. I'm trying. Okay, cool. So your uncle wants to tell you something. I want to talk to you kids about Les Eisners. Okay, the Les Eisners. See, kids, the Eisner Awards is a relatively prestigious set of awards that are very important for the industry as a whole, because one of the reasons why they really matter is that they set the trend for what the biggest publishers and people working in the space will be looking at. Think of it like how the Oscars set the trend for the fact that there will be at least one black movie about slaves every year. Okay? Really important to keep in your mind. Hey, Margie. So we, as much as, we have a problem with this institution, we got to vote. Okay? It's the only time we get to say what we want to say. We got to vote. And I really want to talk to you guys about two things. One, voting in the Eisner Awards. And two, what qualifies as who is qualified to vote in the Eisner Awards? And the second one is actually a lot easier to talk about than you think. Who is qualified to vote? Everyone that makes comics. Like that's it, right? Everyone that makes comics is qualified to vote. You need to remember that you are a comics professional the moment you start making comics. Wait, what book again? What book did I ask you to find, Margie? Just remind me, because I have like a million books in the brand. But yeah, everyone is qualified. You don't have to pay to vote. It's a free voting system, and every single one of us is qualified to vote because we are all comics professionals. A professional doesn't mean you work in the industry. A professional means that comics is a point of livelihood for you, or comic involvement. It doesn't matter if you are directly comic involved or tangentially comic involved. So if you are a producer, if you are a comic creator, if you are a comic YouTuber, if you are a comic whatever. Oh, the graphic opera. Okay, cool. Yeah. I'll get on that somewhere. But it doesn't matter which role that we have as people, right? We need to be voting in this, especially the webcomic space. Now, I think webcomics deserves its own award and its own specific comic award. And maybe I'll sit down and I'll actually write out the rules for the webcomic awards, and maybe I'll actually run a webcomic awards at some point, probably next year, because I have a lot of work to do. I've got like an extension to make, and I've got I'm running a comic jam in August. Yeah, guys, I'm running the comic jam in August. The jam is coming. So anyway, so just remember, if you make comics, if you even published one episode of a comic on Webtoon, you qualify. Now, this is also very much an identity situation. So if you do not consider yourself a comic creator, fine, you're not a comic creator. But if you've produced a comic and you consider yourself a comic creator, then you are a comic creator. Those are the two requirements. You've produced a comic, you consider yourself a comic creator. That's it. That's all you need. Okay? If you've written comic scripts, even if they've never gone to production, but you've written them, produced them, and you've at least hired an artist to try and draw some of it, and you've got some of it out, and maybe you've published 1 or 2 chapters, you're a comic creator. Okay, do your best to get your content to, I said even if it hasn't gone to production, I just mean like if it has gone to production, do your best to at least have produced a comic and identify as a comic creator, and you're a comic creator. That's it. Okay, that is it. So how do you get in? Well, it's really easy to get in actually every year before the voting like kicks off, because I think voting this year, everyone must register before June 2nd, as you can see here. But every year there will be a form.jotform.com that you can apply, you can register in. And when you register, as long as you register before the deadline for registration for new voters, you will be added and you'll be given an email. And every year from then on, you will get an email. Every year for the rest of your life, you get an email. I get an email every year. I vote every year. Now that I've brought that up, I know this is a really annoying tutorial, but now I need to just talk to you really quickly about the nominees. In the Eisner Awards, you do not have to vote for every single section. Vote for the stuff you know. Don't be that person who just votes for random stuff. Vote for the stuff you know. And for us, I think our most valuable point of call will always be here. Best webcomic and best digital comic will be stuff that we've most likely read. Okay, and vote for things because you're interested in them, not just because you've heard their names. Actually, go and read some of them if you've never heard them before. You can check out. These are zero cost options to look into. You can read Deeply Dave. You can read Delilah Crook's Practical Defense Against Piracy book. You can read. Well, you've probably already read Lore Olympus, etc. Go read them. Check them out. If you're voting in this year's Eisners, I highly recommend voting for Spores by Joshua Barkman. He makes False Sneeze. False Sneeze is that meme comic. Have you seen the meme comic with the raven and the little bird, they're like singing and then the raven like screams? That's him. Anyway, what's different between digital comic and webcomic? Digital comic is a comic that is released in a digital comic platform like Europe Comics or Comixology. Places like that. Platforms that their deal isn't serialization, they release a full issue, done, not a serialized chapter to chapter issue. So yeah, that's really important to remember. They're not serialized comics. These are issue-based comics typically, and that's what usually goes into digital comics or issue-based. Yeah, PDFs, EPUBs, the like, things that sell as well. So they still sell for money usually. Webcomic is typically treated as serialized online comics. They usually need to be available for free, although they don't always have to be entirely available for free. The Webtoon Factory, a French org out of a French org, has regularly qualified for an Eisner despite never winning it because, some of their chapters are free. Anyway, now onto the more relevant thing. Who should you be voting for in an Eisner section? Also try and vote for other things, like look into people's lettering, for example, and see if you respect them and respect what they're putting out. Because the thing with these kind of voting sections is, while the voting is based on their most recent works that were made this year, that they're being considered around, you should also use your time to vote for someone that you think really embodies this award, the Best Lettering Award. I didn't vote for Nate Piekos this year, actually, even though I think he really would deserve it. I voted for Pat Perceau because I really liked his work on Batman the Knight. But, you do you. You run your thing. And you can also vote for comics periodicals and journalists. I will never be on this list. I really want to be. And maybe I will be at some point in my life. But right now, I'm not going to be. But yeah, use your, feel free to engage and look into these people. This year for comics journalism, surprisingly, despite my personal dislike of Rob Zalkowitz's articles, I actually voted for him this year. I don't actually like his articles, but I think Rob himself is just a very nice guy. And I think I don't like the way he writes stuff, but I think he's just writing for the people he works for. I think in general, his coverage is very solid. And I think he's also very good at writing. So, whatever. And by the way he writes stuff, I just mean like he never seems to cover things that are like anti-company. And I don't think that's his fault. So there's no reason for me to complain. Although I did love the work of Alter Ego and Comic Book Creator by John B. Cook. So yeah, those are the things. And you can also vote for your best comics related book. This can be a great way to get recommendations for books to read about comics. You can read about The Art of News Comics Journalism, which I did buy a copy of, or The Charlton Companion, or just whatever. Like, you get the point. Also, you can read about academic scholarly work. If you would love to just learn theory, that's also a great place to learn about it. Easy. I really love this one, Bands, Misfits, and Superheroes, Whiteness and Its Borderlands in American Comics and Graphic Novels. I think it's a super good article out of the University of Mississippi. Surprised it came out of the University of Mississippi, but I saw the word Mississippi, that's why. Anyway, so please, look, remember every year to please go and vote for your Eisner Awards. This has been your PSA. Okay, that you should please go and vote, please go and register, and please be involved, because together we can stop Lore Olympus from coming up for a fourth time. I love you. I love you, Rachel. I just would like to see something else. I just would like to see something else. Anyway, I'm done with this topic. I think she's a super important member of this community. I think she's done more for comics and webcomics than anybody else could, but this is like the third year in a row. I'm so tired. This is not your fault. This is not, you didn't choose these winners, so it's not your fault. Anyway. Yeah, I genuinely like Let's Play, by the way. I think, so Let's Play, I genuinely like Laura Olympus as a product for the industry. I think it's done a lot for us. I would just like to see a different Webtoon comic there. If it has to be a Webtoon comic, I'd like to see something else. Cool. Anyway, let's have a little bit of a further discussion, kids. I would like to talk, I want to ask you guys a question. A really simple question. You crazy kids heard about Webtoons looking for a sensitivity reader? Did you guys know that? Webtoons looking for a sensitivity reader? Did y'all know that? Yeah, they're looking for a sensitivity reader right now. Webtoon's hiring, they have, if you don't know this, Webtoon has a job board. You can literally go to it. It's super easy to get to, but if you just look up Webtoon jobs and you live in the United Kingdom, you can see, so United States, you can see all the jobs being offered from Webtoon. I think they've moved all of it to the Wattpad jobs. Yeah, they've moved it all to Wattpad jobs because the Webtoon Wattpad studios now hire together. But you can like see Webtoon's hiring, who Webtoon's hiring for. For example, I'm looking and they're hiring some human resources people, some talent acquisition coordinators. These are remote jobs. That last one's a remote job. They're hiring some creative directors, a copywriter right now, some marketing people, and they're hiring multiple people in operations, including a content reviewer on a 3 to 6 month independent contract, and a policy research manager, and most importantly, a sensitivity and expert reader, project-based, which is a job which means they'll only be paid based on whatever they sensitivity read, etc. You might ask, what does that mean? Well, sensitivity reading is, as far as I understand it, reading a comic with an understanding of the, it doesn't mean they're hiring just one. They could be hiring multiple. They have one listing. They could hire 4, could hire 6 out of that listing, but they only have one listing. Like it's a hiring thing. They can hire as many people as they want. The sensitivity reader job, as far as I understand it, seems to be for Webtoon, but it could also be for Yonder. It's not made very... Sorry, one second. Anyway, sorry, someone called me. So the sensitivity reader position seems to be oriented around sorry, I've been thrown off entirely by being called to. Anyway, sensitivity people basically seem to be in charge of allowing people review content. I think maybe because Webtoon thinks that they haven't had proper checks on their content, especially after the debacle that was the religiously gay comic. You know, that went pretty badly. I think everyone can understand. But these people usually check for socio-political issues. These people need to, Webtoon's looking for someone who's aware of cultural trends and pop culture in the US, Latin America, and South Korea. So this person is going to be working on a lot of different projects and is going to be researching into each of these so they can give explanations to Webtoon as to why something is or isn't is a no-go or isn't a no-go, right? For some reason, they have to know how to use Adobe Acrobat. I think that's very funny. Anyway, the entire role seems to be kind of like, the entire role seems to be kind of like all over the place though, because while this person will be working for Webtoon and will be working with regards to Webtoon originals, it seems they could also easily be working with Yonder. So I don't know how that's gonna go. You know what I mean? I don't know what that's gonna mean for the for anything really. Anyway, yes, the easiest Adobe software. We gotta love Adobe Acrobat. Nothing's wrong with Religiously Gay. I'm calling it a debacle because Snot, the creator of Religiously Gay, as they've written it, got hung out to dry. Left. I don't know whether they were provided with any support. I believe they were, but essentially they worked on this comic with no real understanding of like potential controversy it could cause, and they were like bombarded with videos and comments, and you know, it's just not having a great time. It wasn't having a great time. Yeah, that recent Latin American comic, I forgot what it's called, but it's new, isn't it? It's called like something or sex, and like that's the name of the comic, and it's like really okay, but for some reason the 13-year-old American audience that Webtoon has cultivated doesn't like it. Yeah. And like for some reason Webtoon is shocked because they've made it out to be that content is not acceptable. It's such a strange. No, there's a lot that's strange about that, to be honest with you. Yeah, when you cultivate an environment where the only things that you allow to exist fit a very certain mold, of course it's going to come off. Of course, your audience is going to see it badly. And yeah, no, like they also poorly communicated what it was about, and also there was zero marketing information around this comic, which is super weird. Is that just me? Like I don't see any marketing content around this comic. I don't know. Maybe I've missed something, but yeah. Super weird. I think fundamentally this comic is doing, this comic is, it looks good. I think I've been told that it's good. I think I saw a tweet from another originals creator that says that it's a pretty good piece. So, you know, I wonder how much of this is just because of the word sex. It's not the audience. Oh, Kylie coming with a different take. It's not the audience. It's creators mad that they think there's going to be graphic sex in it, and they want to be able to do that too. Really? No, you're kidding. That can't be. That can't be the reason. Why do you think that? What is making you think that? Yeah, Kiki, I saw that exact same tweet. So, you know, very interesting. It's funny because Lore Olympus and Let's Play are both very sexual comics. Very true. I feel that's part of the reason. I mean, Reddit? Wait, what? There's a Reddit? Wait, there's a Reddit post about this? Someone DM me this, please. I need to see it. I need to experience this. I haven't looked. I've been busy. What? What? I'm just, Jesus Christ. Webtoon really needs to monitor who buys ads on their platform, because I just opened Reddit and I just saw the worst advert I've ever seen in my life. Jesus Christ. Anyway. I'm looking. I can't seem to find anything about it. Yeah, that ad is disturbing and gross. Jesus Christ. I can't show it on YouTube. I'll just get demonetized. I think my channel will get taken down. Like, I can't even post the link. My channel will get taken down. I'm trying to find any posts about this LOS comic. Okay, I can't find it. Fine, I'll DM you the link. I don't want this to be my life. Fine, okay. It's going to go, in the server how there's in the Webcomics Hub Discord server, there's a section called podcast chat, right? Sorry, podcast suggestions. It's going to go, no, I shouldn't even post it there. No, I can't post it there. I'm just going to send it to you. I can't. I need to get this away from me. It's horrible. It's terrible. It's disturbing. It's Jesus Christ. Oh, I can't send it anywhere. I can't put it in my chat. It would literally get my channel taken down. Like, it's absolutely horrendous. What it is what it is. I can't put it in there either. It's illegal as well. So, like, look, you've seen the ad. Move on. Oh man, I love this comic. Too bad it's gay. Wait, what? 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 What the hell is going on the subreddit? Jesus Christ. What the That's the ad. Yeah, that's an ad. I can't show you, Kiki. I'm so sorry. Someone can go look at it. It's the top of r/webtoons right now. Even though the server is on a blackout, I think. So you might not be able to see it today. I can't see any posts about LOS anywhere on this subreddit. I don't know. Yeah. Dude, I gotta go in there. I gotta handle it. Because it's Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Okay, whatever. I'm not looking back. Oh, okay. I can't. I don't know what the titles are going to be. If anyone finds them, please DM them to me so I can see what's going on. But that's absolutely awful. Like, creators are mad because of that. That's just sad. Like, your comic is mediocre and you want to draw porn to save it. So instead of like addressing that with yourself and the platform, you're attacking a random new comic. No, it's the subreddit's not been deleted. Basically, a bunch of subreddits are on a blackout because of a Reddit API thing. I can see the subreddit because I'm a mod. But yeah, just letting you know. Reddit drama. Yeah, it's hidden from viewers for now. It'll be back in, I think, a day or two. So, yeah. A day or two from about 3 hours ago. Yeah, from about 3 hours ago, a day or two from then. Yeah, that's like the worst part. I mean, no, creators aren't valid to be mad. I really don't think creators are valid to be mad. Like, if you have a problem with a platform, take it up with the platform. I don't think they are ever valid to be mad in this meaningless way where they will have petty, empty action. Like, have meaningful action. Leave the fucking platform. If you want to make a real change, leave the platform. If you can't do that because you rely on it and you refuse to change anything, then your anger is tacit and meaningless. It's empty. I don't know. I like it's purposeless if you're not doing anything. No, we're talking about Webtoon. People mad, creators are mad at Webtoon and they're downvoting the comic because it's such a stupid rule. A stupid group of people. Whatever. Also, I need to make it clear here in chat. Like, these people aren't mad at the platform. Like, I think a reasonable person who has an understanding of the ecosystem they work in would not be doing this at all, and making those posts or anything. So, like, people who are getting mad like this, I think, are fundamentally not in the right at all, or just getting mad at all in this situation, are not mad, not in the right, even remotely. I have a problem with the way they have thought about things. That's it. Thus the tragedy. Isn't that like just the tagline of life? Webtoon creators are tragic. They're an amalgamation of 13-year-olds and adults, and as such, we are eternally tragic. It's like the funniest thing ever. Jeez. Anyway. My voice is so soft now, it's killing me. We already talked about comicsbrokeme. I talked about everything, you missed it. It was so sad. It was so depressing. I got really sad. Oh my God. There's only one thing I want to show everyone from the subreddit, and I don't really show comics. I don't show comics very often that other people are making unless I've already approved of them. So don't assume that I've read this, but this is the funniest image in the world from the subreddit. Oh my God. Like, literally. What's going on? What is happening in this image? I was on the subreddit looking for the posts that everyone told me about, and then I just randomly found this, and I'm so confused. There is no context. This is somebody advertising their comic. They're like, my comic is so cool, and then they just posted this image. That's it, really. Okay, cool. Carry on. I was doing the air guitar whilst Avid is looking axtily into the distance when Bay is having a gamer moment. It's really impressive marketing. Like, Lord have mercy. I just think about it so much. I think about how dumb that is. This image is going to live rent free in my head for the next month. All right. Anyway, back to the actual point we're trying to make. Webtoon's hired a sensitivity reader. It'll be really interesting to see how it goes. I think they're really just doing it because of the outcomes of the love or sex thing, like everyone's mentioned here. And I really think that it's going to be a really big issue because of, sorry, it's really relevant to them now because of what happened with Religiously Gay and the creator basically talking about how they lost so much weight because they were basically online bullied for like months because of it. If you don't believe me, literally go into your YouTube. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Go into your YouTube and type like Religiously Gay and see what comes up. It's you know, yeah, I'll just show you, why not? This is everything on Religiously Gay. And these were like, this one got like 500,000 views. This one got like 1,000 views. There's like more of them, and they were like bashing on them. They would like make fun of the creator. It was a wild time for them. So I feel really bad for them. I think this one got really big, and they got one of the ones that was really mean from like a right wing group. Got really big, and like they were harassed for months. Yeah, that too. I think they need someone to tell them how to translate a goddamn name. I love how they can't localize to save their lives. Jesus. Anyway, so yeah, that's where we're at. Let me get to my actual last topic of the night so that I can like go to bed. Cause I gotta work tomorrow, kids. And I also need to make like a bunch of Patreon only videos this month. It'll be really funny. So, I think I want to really talk about unions for the last thing. Last two topics. Unions and then Spiderverse. Last two topics. First one, recently, the first ratified comic book employee union in the USA, the Comic Book Workers United, have filed an unfair labor practice charge against Image Comics with the NLRB. What that means is a union has basically gone against their company saying, you've treated our employees badly. You've done what they describe as capricious disciplinary actions and targeted changes to job descriptions and anti-union discrimination. And they've filed that with the National Labor Relations Board. And that is big because if this goes ahead and if they can prove this and they can hold Image accountable, it will basically mean that making a union against comics is going to be just super easy because these people will be essentially setting the trends as to what is acceptable, how to go up against the platform, and how to respond to everything they say. So that's really big. Like, I think that's huge news. It would be really cool to see. Yeah, but like unions need to exist, no matter how good Image's intent used to be or may even be now. Just comics is a place where we take advantage of you often. So good to see them really doing this, really putting this up. Yeah, honestly, I'm quite happy. I'm quite proud because the thing is, a win for the CBWU, the Comic Book Workers Union, is a win for every worker because once they litigate a problem, you can litigate a problem on your own. That's huge. That's absolutely huge. So let's cross our fingers. Let's support them in public. Let's do what we should do and say all the good things about CBWU. Okay, I need to talk to them. I keep forgetting to follow up on my union discussions. I need to talk to them. Would you guys like a discussion on unions? Like a live stream like this, but I talk to a union rep? Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments down below. Remember to like and subscribe, kids, and share the video with your friends by clicking the share button so I know when you share. Okay. My marketing has worked, kids. And if you're watching on Twitch, make sure to promote the YouTube channel because Twitch is whatever. Anyway, smash like for unions. And if you like unions, you should also comment. Give me that engagement, kids. Give me them engagement rules. Okay, cool. I can get to the last one. Can I talk about Spiderverse for a minute? Guys, can we talk about Spiderverse for a minute? Damn. I haven't watched the newest movie, but I've been looking at the general zeitgeist changes as a result of the new movie coming out. And it is the most wonderful thing to see more and more people talking about comics like they are more than what they currently are. Like they're more than just books. Like they're these powerful motivational things. It's good to see people talking about comics again. God, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Because I'm not saying Spider-Verse made the comic industry or whatever, but it's brought a renewed understanding of how cool comics can be to not only people who are older and jaded and sad like us, but to young people. My kids are talking about comics. At the school I teach, my kids are talking about comics. I spoke to one of them about the Spider-Man fake red manga. And the thing is, I'm glad a Spider-Man movie is the one that did it because I am the biggest Spider-Man fan in the world. I'm the hugest Spider-Man fan on the planet. I absolutely adore Spider-Man. I have such an encyclopedic knowledge of all the nonsense and all the beautiful stuff. And my favorite saga is the Clone Saga. And you can burn in hell. Anyway. And, I'm just happy to see Ultimate Universe Spider-Man and 2099 and everyone finally getting the recognition they deserve for the amazing character writing, storytelling, and concept work that was put into them from day one till now. I'm just happy. It's really good. Really good to see. I think the nicest thing ever was seeing Spider-Punk be so beloved, so deserved. Now, the amount of work they put into that movie and the amount of people that have been talking about it that are normies is wonderful. Because ahead of the Spider-Verse movies, I've been looking on Amazon for Spider-Man comics. And suddenly I noticed as the movies got closer that eBay and Amazon listings for Spider-Man comics are just going completely sold out. This is about as cool as what was it called again? Crap. That biggest, dickest person did for Trigun. What that Twitter person did for Trigun, Spider-Verse doing for us, guys. All we need now is a single Spider-Man story on Webtoon or something like that, which would be a really big move. Really big move. I don't know how you guys feel. Maybe have you guys seen more good conversation around comics in the wake of Spider-Verse? Because I've seen that. Oh yeah, Bigelows, Dickolas, Wolf, Wood. Jesus Christ. But yeah, I don't know. Multiple timelines always feels hard to manage, but yeah, I saw the 14-year-old who did all the Lego parts. I watched his version of the trailer. It was great. This has been really good. I've been really happy with speculation is super exciting. But it's not just exciting. It's people aren't buying the comics to speculate on them. People are buying them to read them. These aren't rare versions people are buying. People aren't buying old, hard to find comics. People are buying crap, new stuff. Just because it's cheaper, it's $4 instead of 15 from Marvel. And I think that's really nice. I think the kid got paid well, so that's good. So no, it's been really good to see. I'm quite happy with with what it's doing. I'm just glad to see more people talking about comics and willing to give them a chance. I hope it results in a massive increase of readers. Your old shop used to spike the prices? Dude, what the hell is going on? Oh yeah, I saw the guy who just wanted to talk about Spiderverse and took that photo. God, that was so weird. That was so uncomfortable. My man just wanted to be like, look, the line is full. Dude, what comic book shop did you go to? That sounds awful. Kylie, you need to go to better comic book stores. Jesus. You need to go to better comic book stores, bud. But yeah, no, this is my positive note to end out and close off the stream. I want everyone to know that, for every bad thing that's happened lately, some good things are happening. The unions might win. The industry is, the oceans are healing. Now all we need to do is get rid of everyone, every rich person that runs a comics publisher, and replace them with real creators, creator-focused people. Take them down. Jesus. No. I just feel better. I feel better because there was actually good news today, and that's good. I hope there will be good news next week. I should be on next week. I should be actually live streaming next week properly, like a normal person. You might see more shorts on the channel for a bit because I'm experimenting with some new video stuff. I don't know if I'll even upload them on YouTube, but I'm letting you know. Yeah, Forbidden Planet is literally the worst comic book store in the world. It's the only big box comic book store we have, and for some reason, it treats comics as an afterthought. The worst. But whatever. We remember to support your local comic creator, buy directly from them as much as possible, avoid using stores, and you know what? Screw it. Comic book stores can burn. They can burn. I'm sorry, but no one left in the comic book store game is nice in the UK. Everyone in the UK in the comic book store game doesn't care. So, you know what? UK comic book stores that are big box ones, they can burn. I don't care. We have better. We deserve better than them. Go to hell, Forbidden Planet. We will eat the comics. Oh my God. Yeah, no, but I think we're in a really good position industry-wise for change. I hope to see more and more change coming on as the months draw. Is Jam Comics in London, Gleamy? Is it in London? Because we might just go. I mean, do you want to go with me to a store? Let me look them up. Or did you mean Jam Bookshop? Yeah, they do have comics. I mean, if you want, Gleamy, we can go to Jam Comics if you want to hang out. It would be a good video. Yeah, I'm moving to East London, so I don't really have a choice. I'll be close. If you can't afford the books at your local store around you, hit up the creator on Twitter. hit up the creator on Twitter and like ask them if they sell their own books. I bought my copy of Everything Is Fine from Mike Birchall, and it cost me $15 for a paperback. Webtoon's been selling those for like 20 online, 15 US dollars as well, so 11 pounds. And they were selling for about 15 pounds in the UK. So it was a good price. So yeah, you should be looking that stuff up for yourself. It's super worth doing. And Mike will even sign it. If you don't think you can get them from your local comic book store, see if there's a convention in town, and if your creator is going, and buy from their table, or see if they will happily mail you a copy if you can send them the money, because sometimes they're not local enough to just hand it to you. But yeah, look into that. Always look into that. It's super worth it. Like, I'm thinking there's a John Green book I want, and I'm thinking of emailing him, seeing if he'll be willing to send me a copy, and I'll just give him my money. But I think he will also be like, there's an more easy to access one in London. So we'll see. Just be willing to do it, man. Be willing to do it. Be willing to contact people and ask and take those extra steps that we have all forgotten how to do because of online shopping. It's not the smoking one. It's the Anthropocene review. It's the Anthropocene review because John Green is too important for my mental health. So I have to buy the Anthropocene review, and then I'm going to read the book and listen to the podcast. It's going to be great, kids. It's going to be great. Okay. It is now 1 a.m. I have to go to sleep. I have a lot of stuff I want to do. Consider ASMR? I do not consider ASMR. Gleamy, you and I will go to East London. We will go to the Jam bookshop. Let me see. I am finally, Paige, a physical version of your book, which you will definitely be mailing to me, along with a sticker and a signature and like a high five. Cool. Anyway, that was a joke, by the way. I'll buy it. Okay. All right, everyone. I am going to go to bed. Night, Mr. Hub. That feels like it refers to something else. Anyway, good night. Sleep tight. Like, share, and subscribe. Amen. You can try to put a high five in the post. You haven't tried yet. You haven't been creative enough yet. Later, guys.